It's Jacob Berry live from DMBC or Darfur National Television. Today we're going to talk about the real issues that brought us to Israel, as well as brought us to the entire world. Why people of Darfur are leaving their homeland and going to the different nations. Now here is the question, and here is the answer that I think. First of all, in my own perspective as a one of Darfuri people, I'm living in another country, is that when we were in Darfur, we made a great mistake. So what is that great mistake? The great mistake is, why did we let the Arabs to take over our land? And why also the British people came and colonized Sudan and joined Darfur to Sudan? So that was a mistake. We better think about that. I mean, for example, if we build a nation that's called Darfur Republic, that will be the interest of every individual who is residing in our country in Darfur. But if we say no problem, let's build a country that's called Sudan. I have no problem with that. That's a unionist idea. But I'm not unionist. I'm a separatist guy. I don't support that ideology, nor I'm going to stop people to do that. No. I'm open person. They can do whatever they want. But also, let's think rationally. Are we really capable of changing all those policies in Sudan? For example, that people who want to say they want to bring a Sharia law as a law that they want to rule the country and deprive other people who don't respect, I'm sorry to say that, okay, other people who don't absolutely have religion or don't care about religions. They want to live their own life. They have nothing to do with what people's religiosities are. Or you want to be in a country that's called Darfur Republic that will be based on the humanitarian and humanity laws, a civil law that will, give anyone his right to be a citizen of the country, to practice whatever he wants. And he cannot, deprive anyone from his own individual beliefs, whatever. So this is what I'm striving for. And I'm really paranoid by the problems that people are really not focusing on. Because, when I see back there, when Darfur was a country, I know people accuse us because we were part of a power of Axis against allies in World War I. But I think, and people accuse that Darfur was an Islamic state, but no, I think that's also policy. None of us in Darfur believe really what religion is, but the problem is we didn't know even what religion is. They just brought something over there in Arabia, whatever, and they spread over. And then people know this might be the best thing that we captured. But I think we have to wake up, guys, and think about and get a wake-up call from today. Think about your future. Think about what you want to be. Please, guys, if you want to be Sudan, then build a federal state in Sudan that every region can lead itself by itself. Or you better go home, guys. Let's have our Darfur Republic. That's what I think is the best interest of our nation. It's the best interest of our culture. It's the best interest of our future. And I think this time around, in 21st century, people have to think rationally. Don't dream too much, guys. I think dreams are not going to come true in a minute. They're supposed to be, set and put forth before you apply them. And also you have to think about, forget about, guys, I can't buy a camel in eBay now. Why? Because a camel is in Saudi Arabia and eBay is somewhere else on the internet. So maybe the guy might make advertisement and then they might not get the camel. So don't wait for the camel to come for you. You have to look for it. I think it's time and the best interest of the people of Darfur to support the idea of the Republic of Darfur. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is Jacob Berry, live from DNBC, or Darfur National Television. Today we're going to talk about the unionist ideology that wants to unite Sudan and be a nation under their name that's called a Sharia law, which is an Islamic law, what it is saying in 21st century is not applicable. And versus a nation, or the people who think that, we have two options. One, either we have a Sudan that's a liberal, democratic nation that accepts every human being to live freely and democratically and choose what kind of life he wants to live. And another group of people like me who says, you know what, guys, it's too late for those fundamentalists to understand that religion is not working anymore this time around, and said, let's build Darfur Republic, which is going to be the best interest of our nation. And I want to share, for example, first of all, I want to talk about those fundamentalist ideology, and then I will come back to talk a little bit about the unionist ideology, and then I will come to talk about the separatist ideology. First of all, the fundamentalist ideology is they want to build a country that it's already based on the religious perspective, based on Islamic law, based on Arabization, based on ethnicity of those people. Because this, fundamentalist ideology, it's talking about whether those Arabs who are in Sudan or who came to Sudan by camels and horses and donkeys, as I recalled, and they have shifted that policy and shifted that history, and they made when the people came to Sudan. So they want to build a country that's based on Arabization, based on Sharia law, as Islamic law, or as well as the Islam will be the constitution of the country. And this is what they built since, Al-Azhari, the first president of Sudan, after the independence, what they call it independent, while I don't call it independent, I called another, quote, a coup of the identity. So this is their ideology. And now let's go to another unionist ideology. Other unionists are some powers in Sudan that they call themselves a liberal people. And they want to liberate Sudan from religious ideology into liberalism, separation between a state and a nation, between a state and a religion, and also they want to separate those things and build a nation that every person will have equal rights and then he can practice any religion he wants. And so this is a democracy or federal state. This is what they think, and this is what they are striving for and fighting for this for so many long. Now, let's move to another separatist ideology. Now, separatists say it like this. It's from Garang, who was a unionist, and the guy who built now and took over South Sudan, like Salva Kiir, who was a separatist guy. And this person, I think he succeeded at the end, even though there are some problems now back home there, because the nation is still struggling for the life. And there is another separatist people who are, like in Darfur. They say, hey guys, let's have a state here. We're not part of Sudan. We have never been part of Sudan, ever. We were joined forcefully by British colonial forces, and then they took over our land and gave it to the Sudanese people as a gift. So then we had to require from them, why guys did you take our land and gave those people as a gift? Today, we gotta call them and they have to pick up our phone call and answer that right away and say, hey, what would you want guys in 21st century? And we would answer clearly, we want back our country. We want to be a Republic of Darfur. A country that might rise up with our own ideologies. Rise up with the way that we want. Country would be built according to the principles of the separatist ideologies. Those principles are like this. 1. Build a strong nation, a very open nation, economically strong, politically stable, democratically electable presidents will be leading this country. And will also have correlations and coalitions and relations with all international communities regardless of their political, cultural, ethnic backgrounds. And that's going to be the Republic of Darfur. And that's what we're really striving for. Those are the ideas that people are sharing today, and we'll be seeing them. Thank you, please, guys. See it. I hope you can join it. I'm sorry, my English is not perfect, but I want to develop it. Maybe in a few days, it's going to be greater than that. Thank you.